Nothing is going to hold us back today on At Your Leisure, not even the rocks of the Southwest. I'm Darren Kinder. Jill and I are testing our mettle and the AYL 4x4 at one off-road event that forces you out of your comfort zone and into a world of orange. From there, Reece finds the symbol of American freedom on the Utah ice and previews an event where you can get up close with this rare eagle. Then Chad and Rhea explore the Northern Pacific Coast Highway by RV. What adventures do they find on this stretch of road? Find out now on At Your Leisure. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder.
And I'm Jill Kinder, and we are getting our adrenaline pumping here at Winter 4x4 Jamboree. We are in Sand Hollow State Park.
And it's a little hard to talk when you're holding your breath.
Just outside St. George, and we're having a ball. There's so many Jeeps and 4x4s down here, rock crawling through the desert. It's been a beautiful day so far, and we are excited to get on with some more trail.
Yep, so why don't you stay tuned and we'll find out a little bit more about this event.
Well, the Winter 4x4 Jamboree is a good way for people to get out of Salt Lake City, come on down here to southern Utah, where, as you can see, it is nice and warm. It's a beautiful day down here. It is almost a logistic nightmare. It's not easy to put on these events. I've put on events like this myself. Kudos to everybody at UPLA and the Desert Rats down here for all their hard work at putting this event on. All the proceeds from this go to help keep public lands public here in the state of Utah.
It's fun to pull into town, see all the signs, welcome, 4x4s and stuff, and being down here, it's incredible. It's a lot more than I was expecting.
What it takes is for one thing, to have a pretty good network inside of the off-road community or whatever community it is that you're going to serve. And also, you have to have a good reason to be holding an event, which for land use, people that are in Jeeps sometimes don't want to sit and listen in political meetings with government people and things like that. But they love to Jeep, and they don't mind paying some money to it that will eventually funnel into keeping their trails open. UPLA is an organization that formed up as a result, primarily at the time, of the fact that there was an impending exchange of land within the Sand Mountain Special Recreation Management Area that we felt was unfair to the OHV community to take land out of the OHV park. We decided as we started out that the best way to do that would be to form an organization that was not just centered on one single project, that could actually be a benefit to the OHV community and other recreational users. So if you have a good cause and you make it a fun event to where when people are here, they're not bored and standing around waiting for things to happen, they always have something to do. It seems to catch on really well, and we've been really happy with the first 2 years so far.
Just being with family and being outdoors, I mean, you can't beat it, especially down here in this beautiful country.
We'll learn more about this specific trail later on in the show, but right now we have to go to our travel adventure with Chad and Rhea in Northern California on their RV safari.
Stunning pictures like this you usually only see in postcards or on a screensaver, but we're actually standing in it right now, and it's beautiful.
Much better in 3D, I might add. This is part of the Pacific Coast Highway. This is our target today for our Ray City RV update. Now, this is the oldest highway in California, highway number 1, and this is the northmost section. If you remember last year, we covered the very south section, the old Camino Royale section of the road. This actually will continue on all the way to the Oregon border with little twists and turns and overlooks and beach towns. How is a Northern California beach town different than a southern one? Let's go find out.
You know, there are a lot of things that at the instant you look, you'll say,
Pacific Coast Highway is very different in Northern California than it is in Southern California. One of them is obviously the presence of pine trees and a little bit more geographical in nature and botanical in nature.
Yeah, it's kind of a rural area.
It really is. Drop down and you're right along the beach, and then you're in pine tree coves at the same time.
That's right. And honestly, I think what I really noticed was you can smell the pine trees, you can smell the ocean, you can smell the sand, the air, the everything. All these senses are just going wild.
Till you come into a little town and then you smell the taffy. We are at a place called Patrick's. This is in Bodega Bay, it's right along the Pacific Coast Highway. And what would make us stop and make a big U-turn with a big trailer and a skinny little highway and come back here? It is the taffy. This is a cute pink and white striped place with pink and white taffy.
And then we jump back in the RV and we're cruising down the road, and all of a sudden this beautiful little establishment right on the ocean, Gourmet Bay. That was such a cute little spot.
Check this out. A Kipper clock. This might be Claude Cooper's Kipper, Copper, Clapper, Caper clock, but they're kind of cute. This is the kind of stuff you find going up and down the Coast Highway. In fact, I think I'm going to take one.
Smallest Bay Oyster Company is the oldest shellfish farm continuously operating in California. We've been here for 107 years. Recently, in the last few decades, we've had a lot of picnicking going on at our facility where customers would come and purchase our product that we farm in Smallest Bay and enjoy them right here on site, accompanied with the picnic they bring with them. A big popular thing in California is barbecued oysters. So we provided some grills for the customers to barbecue their oysters on.
Wasn't that interesting to actually go to an oyster farm and shuck and eat oysters right out of the pool? Do they taste different than a restaurant?
I think they did. I think it's just the ambiance. You're standing out there right where they catch them, and they bring them in those big, huge nets, and then they crack them for you, or you can crack them yourself. And then you're throwing that wonderful hot sauce and the lemon on there, California style.
Yeah, barbecued oysters. What an interesting concept. We'll have to crack out the Camp Chef when we get home. I've never actually taken a trip in a fifth wheel before. So it's always been motorhomes for me, and this was a very different trip. But I liked it. What did you think, Reece?
I thought it was really comfortable, and it was just smooth, and it was fun because we just unhooked it once we got to the RV spot and then took off in the truck. So it's fun because you can make food ahead of time. It can be really good stuff too, obviously, and then just throw it in the fridge or the freezer, and then you got your oven and your stove, and it's just like being at home. Only you're on the road.
From the time I first got my driver's license, the open road has always called to me. I love the open road, and just to see this magnificent country. It really is my favorite way to travel, and you can get more miles a day and more things seen if you're traveling in an RV.
I concur, and I also want to say that my favorite part of it is not only hitting the open road like you, but just being able to get out of the motorhome or wherever you're at and just talk to the locals. You find out so much more to do in all these areas, and they're all super friendly and they love to see you.
If you'd like to go to our website, ayltv.com, you can look up our exact itinerary, find out where all these cool places are that we stopped, and you can take the same trip. If you would like to get a little first-hand information, you can stop by Ray City RV because Chad City and his family was on that trip. Chad will be glad to give you his take on some of those spots. So if you want to go to the RV show, we'll be there pretty much every evening except Sunday, and stop by the booth and we can chat about the trip.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed our Northern Excursion RV trip. We surely did. But don't go away because we're going to take a quick break, but then we'll be right back with more of At Your Leisure.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo is here.
Shop, compare, and save on hundreds of 2016 boats. It's your best time to buy.
Meet and watch wakeboard pros ride the Rail Jam.
The Boat Show, Thursday, February 11th through Sunday the 14th at the Southtown Expo.
The place to buy new boats and accessories with special show financing.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, February 11th through the 14th in Sandy.
The Boat Show is here, better climb aboard.
Want to win an RV vacation of a lifetime? Well, now you can with Ray City RV. Experience Southern California with your family in the way that you've always dreamed with the Ray City RV vacation. Win a 7-day RV rental, a 4-day spot at the Anaheim RV Park, and 4 Park Hopper passes for 3 days of fun at everyone's favorite Magic Land. Sign up online at raycity.com, and it's all free. the Reece City Anaheim RV Vacation. It's time to make your dreams come true.
Dominate every trail. Conquer any task. You need a machine that does it all. Introducing Polaris General. The General is the most powerful rec utility side-by-side ever made. The industry's deepest cargo box lets you haul and dump up to 600 pounds, and the revolutionary cockpit totally refines comfort and protection. Polaris General, ultimate versatility to win every battle.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and our product review today is the new Polaris Axys Pro. And they've done a lot of things to this new sled. One is they've completely redesigned the motor to give you more horsepower, to make it more reliable, and it's a much smoother running engine than it was before. One of the things they've done is they've extended these spindles, and by doing that they get the body a little bit further off the ground. They've also done that back at the tunnel. They've dropped the suspension down a little bit on it, and this is also when you're side hilling, because they cut so well now that the body was kind of getting caught up in the snow. And by bringing the body up a little bit, they've made it the body a little bit narrower as well, and that keeps the body from catching in the snow and makes sure that track stays linked up. So all those things make it so it handles a little bit better. Now the Pro comes in two different track lengths. You have your 155 and your 163. It's a 2.6-inch lug height. And this track is actually lighter than the old 2.4 lug track. So it's so you got a lighter, taller track, and it grips very well. And you combine that with getting rid of the chain case and having a belt drive, which reduces 5 pounds of inertia on it. So that's a big savings. You know, whenever you can cut your weight and keep your track speed up, the better it's going to be. Now, what's really exciting about the new Axys is actually the motor. It's got a new power valve on it, electronic power valve, so no matter where the compression is on the motor, they can electronically control that so they can get that horsepower sooner and quicker without adding any weight to it. But enough to talk about all the details. Let's go out and ride this thing. The Apex had really good power all the way through the power band. The power was smooth, controllable. You didn't get a lot of spurts or anything like that. As you gave it juice, away the thing went. It is quite amazing how the sleds get better every year, and the Apex is the epitome of that. It has definitely gotten that much better over the machines just a year or so ago. Well, if you haven't been out on one of these new sleds, you really need to, because they have improved so much. Even over the last couple years, they just get better and better. Well, if you'd like to check one out, go out to Stedman's in Tooele, and they'd be glad to show you one. Plus, this time of year, they're willing to make one heck of a deal on one. Well, I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.
Everything you thought you knew about off-road vehicles is about to be redefined. Introducing the world's first and only pure sport side-by-side, the all-new YXZ 1000R from Yamaha. The world of off-road sports side-by-sides has shifted forever. Now, get no interest for 6 months on a new Yamaha ATV or side-by-side.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in reservation, skiing, starvation, that Duchesne County life. Come on into the great outdoors.
Put some adventure in your life and attend
The Sportsman's Vacation and RV Show, February 18th through the 21st at the Southtown Expo.
See hundreds of new RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, and accessories.
Buy at the show and save. Take advantage of special show financing.
Find hunting, fishing, and travel destinations.
Gourmet and Dutch oven cooking classes.
Register to win an Alaskan fishing trip.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the RV Show, February 18th through the 21st.
The Utah Farm Bureau has always been there to fight for the needs of its members. With discount programs on items ranging from vehicles and ATVs to health and wellness. The membership fees aren't big, but the results are. We've been around since 1916, and we're not leaving anytime soon. Utah Farm Bureau. We work for those who work to feed the world.
Comfort. You know the feeling, but could you describe it to someone who had never felt it? Adventure. You know how it changes lives, but where can you experience it? Peace. You want it, but do you know where it can be found? The answer to all of these questions is the same. Daniels Summit Lodge. Here you'll find comfort, adventure, and peace in equal measure, coupled with the beauty of the Uinta National Forest, southeast of Heber on Utah Highway 40. Whatever you're searching for, you'll find it at Daniels Summit.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're here at the Winter 4x4 Jamboree and just having a wonderful time.
Yeah, getting the old heart pumping in some of these obstacles. This is a 7 rated trail. It's the, what's it called? The Sammy?
Double Sammy.
The double
the
Sammy.
Double Sammy.
Yeah, because we ran over 2 samurais to get here. So it's a class 7 trail, makes it a little bit more difficult, but our Jeep's been doing great. We haven't done all the obstacles, but we've been making through it, most of them.
There are some options, so you can go a little tougher trails. We haven't decided to do that quite yet. I think we would have made it, but you know, start out a little slower. But right now, let's find out a little more detail about this trail.
Double Sammy was a lot of fun. It's the first time I'd been out here to Hurricane, and I had an absolute blast. There was a lot of challenges, but everybody made it. There was no major catastrophes.
It was awesome. I've never done that trail before, but it was great. Seen a new trail, I had fun, you know, learned some tricks, and it was perfect weather.
And we shot the Jeep up some ledges and down some ledges. I even turtled it once myself, and I'm a pretty good driver. So, you know, it's got everything you'd want out there on Double Sammy. It's an excellent trail, and it ends up at the end going straight up a chute like this to the stars. Most people look at it and go, I can't believe you can drive up it, but you could just smoke right on up there, piece of cake. In the sand, it's much more forgiving because you're rolling through things that are soft. Out there on the rocks, you drop a tire in a hole in the wrong spot and you can go over and roll a vehicle. If you do get stuck in the sand, let some more air pressure out of your tires. There's a good chance that you can then back out of whatever you were in. Once you're down to the frame though, look for your friend who's got a strap to help pull you out. That's what's cool about it, is all the people. We're a giant family out here, and if you find yourself broken down on the trail, you know they're gonna be right there, they got your back.
I try to Jeep all the time, you know, it's work in that industry, and you know, I've got my son here, you know, going with me too, and now I actually have a grandson that he'll be 3 in May, and he has his own Power Wheels Jeep, and me and him Jeep a couple times a week all summer long, so.
Coming to an event like this helps keep trails open. All the monies are gonna go back to the trails, keeping public lands public, and that's all what we're here for. It is important to keep these lands open because once they're closed, they're closed. We won't have them again. So if we want our families, our children, our grandchildren, all to have advantage of these trails, then we need to keep them open. We need to respect the land. We all need to fight for it.
I don't know if you can see this, but we're pointed straight up in the air, so this Class 7 is giving us all we can handle.
This has been quite the challenge. While we finish this climb, why don't you go take a look at our trailhead adventure?
Can you hear the stress in her voice?
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, at Farmington Bird Refuge. And you know, birds are supposed to fly south in the winter, but some birds didn't get the word, and that makes this place a great spot for off-season birding.
Looking at birds, man.
Shiloh Robinson lives 5 minutes from Farmington Bay and loves the place.
I come here almost every day. This is my spot on earth.
Birds from big white-headed bald eagles to little colorful kestrel falcons, dozens of stately great blue herons, and several species of gulls are here with one thing on their minds.
Looking for food.
Yeah. And there seems to be plenty of food available, even in the dead of winter. Carp are more than plentiful, and the skillful herons with their long, sharp beaks and lightning-quick strike gleefully gobble them up. They arch their long necks and gulp their meals whole. Sometimes they bite off more than they can swallow. Their hunting techniques include rock-steady patience, cautious stalking, occasional short leaps, but always that quick, sharp jab. Now, the gulls would be more than happy to share their meal, but the heron is having none of it. These herons may be migrating visitors, or they may be locals. Each spring at the nearby Hasenjager Nature Center, a dozen or more herons nest and raise their young on a man-made rookery. We took these pictures last April. These may be the same birds which are feeding on the carp during winter months, or maybe not. The herons share the ice with the area's main attraction, bald eagles. They too feast on the carp. The eagles do fly south for the winter, but this is their south. They have come down from Canada and Alaska. More than 1,000 bald eagles spend the winter in Utah, and many hang out on the ice and in the snags at Farmington Bay looking for easy pickings. With binoculars, the eagles are easily seen from the dirt road on the Refuge Dike, only about a 30-minute drive from downtown Salt Lake.
Well, we live in Sandy, so it's not a short drive to get out here, but we've been here before, past years, and seen the eagles right up practically next to the road.
And next Saturday, February 13th, Utahns will celebrate Bald Eagle Day at Farmington Bay and 4 other locations around the state, and you're invited.
It's a good family event. The biologists are on site to show people bald eagles and to teach them about their migration habitats and their biology and everything else. So it's just a really neat day for, non-traditional users to come out and learn about birds in Farmington Bay.
At a distance, we're seeing some eagles and some herons and seeing some hawks. There's a hawk up there that they've been out hunting.
The northern harrier, or marsh hawk, is also a winter visitor to Farmington Bay. With long wings, they put on quite a show, flying low, hugging the contours, looking for mice and other small mammals.
They don't mind us driving by slowly, and occasionally they dive down and catch something, I guess.
Farmington Bay is a wildlife treasure with so many spectacular birds, so accessible and so close to town.
5 minutes away and 250 species of bird I've seen in here.
No kidding.
That's a lot.
Reece 9 at your leisure at the Farmington Bay Waterfowl Management Area.
Our Trailhead segment today is sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. That's that great place where you can order all kinds of accessories for your ATV or your motorcycles, and they'll ship it right to your door. Just go to the Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com website, and you can take a look at it there.
There are certain types of people out there who put everything to the test. For them, we built the Can-Am Maverick XDS with the first factory-installed turbo. It delivers 121 horsepower, impressive suspension travel, and exclusive Fox shocks. It's engineered to ace any test, including yours. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon Country.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo is here.
Shop, compare, and save on hundreds of 2016 boats. It's your best time to buy.
Meet and watch wakeboard pros ride the Rail Jam.
The Boat Show, Thursday, February 11th through Sunday the 14th at the Southtown Expo.
The place to buy new boats and accessories with special show financing.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, February 11th to the 14th in Sandy.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
Accommodations for this week's episode of AYL were provided by the Red Lion Hotel and Conference Center on Bluff Street in St. George. Great ambiance, great rooms, great breakfast. To find out more and to book rooms for your family, call 435-628-4235.
You see a snapshot and you wish you could make it real. You glance at a calendar and imagine you could step inside. You see adventure and long to join in. In Kane County, Utah, there's nothing to hold you back. Land, water, air, from the Red Rocks to the top of the world. A motorized adventure to the style of the Old West. Experience the true meaning of freedom. Kane County, Utah. Come play in our backyard.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're just getting off the trail and had a fabulous time, although I'm a little hungry now.
Yeah, the old Hillside 4x4 came through in a pinch. Did awesome, but yeah, let's get some dinner.
Sounds good, but right now we have a few things to talk about, Darren.
First of all, we've got the boat show coming up February 11th through the 14th. It's always one of our favorite things to do, you know, go check out all the new boats and see what you're going to be doing next summer.
It's always great when you can compare all the items all together. And then the next weekend we have the RV show, and so we'll get to look at all kinds of RVs, motorhomes, trailers, all that.
Yeah, and we'll be at both shows, and we got some fabulous prizes we're going to be giving away, so check them out. We've got a fabulous vacation we're going to be giving away, so you can come there, register, and see what it's all about. We've got a 7-day RV rental with a place to stay in California and 4 park hopper passes, so it's going to be a great family vacation for somebody.
And speaking of prizes, we found our AYL winner today on the trail. They're going to win a Camp Chef stove.
Yep, just call in at 801-947-8888 and claim your prize.
Right now we have to take a look at next week's show.
Well, we finish our California RV Safari next week, just in time for the RV show. And Chad and Rhea, along with the City family, will say farewell to the West Coast with one final adventure. From there, Terry Wood will find out how these Red Bull racers turn the snow into their own racetrack. It's a one-off event that speeds up winter like few things on Earth. Finally, Darren adds some new gear to the AYL 4x4. Own the outdoors next week with At Your Leisure.
Well, next week's show looks like a lot of fun, but we've had an awesome time down here, haven't we?
It has been great, and thank you to Winter 4x4 Jamboree for allowing us to come down and enjoy the trails. We had such a great time talking to the people that were here, and I'm sure Darren has seen a few new parts that he's going to want for his Jeep.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing I love best about coming to these is seeing what everybody's done to them and go, ooh, I don't have that thing yet. Oh, I need one of those over there.
Yeah, that could be a problem. It gets a little expensive.
But that's the fun of it all.
It is the fun. So just remember,
get out and create your own adventure at your leisure.
Oh, that's a cool stuff. Oh, I'm disturbing at your leisure filming. Hey guys, how you doing?
Appreciate
Rockslide Engineering. Great group of folks up there.
I think I can put my hand on the wall and the Jeep at the same time.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.